Welcome to Oriental AM, your source for the latest happenings in Gensokyo and beyond. Broadcasting to you pre-recorded from somewhere on Yokai Mountain, and now, your host, MC.
Hey, LMAO. Welcome back to Oriental AM. It's been like a month and a half or so since the last episode, but we're here again. Reminder, you can download this episode. Link in the description to an audio format if you'd rather listen to it like that. Bring it with you somewhere. So, we've got the demo for Wily Beast and Weakest Creature, the newest Touhou game that's coming out, and Charles and I have played it a bit. We're a little bit late on reporting on this, but yeah, Charles is here again. Hello, Charles.
Oh, we've played it alright.
Yes, we have.
We went in like Game Explain and dissected every little ounce in an autistic manner. Just saying, this little red pixel probably means Reimu is a lesbian.
Well, see, you're an epic Touhou gamer. That's what you do. So, anyway, oh man, stuff to talk about. I'm pretty excited for this one. I think, I would say it's been a while, but it really hasn't, because I was just as excited for Hidden Star and Four Seasons. This is looking to be a good one. Like, this could be a contender for top 3 Touhou games for me, if it keeps going down the route it is. I like these unique Touhou games. It has spell practice, right? That's important. But man, when is Zune gonna bring back last spells and last words? I love that so much. It's been way too long since we've had that. Just, like, really kick-ass patterns to try and capture, really good challenges, and they give you something to work towards too. Oh yeah, there's achievements now, so I mean maybe that could work with it, you know, because that's basically what last words were in Imperishable Night. Is like you basically had to do certain things to unlock them, like capture these specific spell cards or beat the game with all the characters or something like that, you know, on a certain difficulty. They were all like achievement unlocks essentially, and then your reward for the achievement is a really like cool pattern to try and capture a really super difficult one. I think that's awesome. I really, really hope that he incorporates that into the achievements now. That would be nice. Bring back last word, Zune.
Yeah, personally myself, I'm actually quite fond of this game's theme, where it's kind of like an animal theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I feel like, theoretically, we might see a return of a couple characters, like maybe Mistia or Kagero, possibly.
Yeah.
Although it's uncertain or probably just outright unlikely.
Especially since we're already through the first 3 stages and we haven't seen any of that. Usually if that happens, it happens early on, you know, like Chirino appearing on stage 1 or something as a mini-boss.
Yeah, so I guess that theory is probably already debunked.
Yeah, oh well.
Although I think we had an instance like in Touhou 10 where, what wasn't it, like Sanae just coming back in the extra stage of 11, right?
Yeah, so that could happen.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of characters that could fit into themes, but who knows? Zune likes to make new characters, clearly.
Yeah, my theory is that the final boss is going to be wolf-themed.
Wolf-themed, huh? That would make sense. Pokemon Sword and Shield. What is this wolf here?
We'll get to that later.
We have stuff to say about that.
We got a lot
we're gonna
to
get
say
to
about
that later.
For now, let's do the obligatory Touhou section. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so returning characters. I think Mima's gonna be playable this time.
Sokka is definitely not playable, especially after that video I made in regards to why she isn't playable.
Oh, yeah. I kind of doubt we're actually going to get any more playable characters beyond what we have now.
No,
has that ever happened before? Like, outside of the demo, did Zune, like, later on add another character to the full
in the
release?
Fighting games, but those don't count.
Yeah, that's different. Are you just talking about Reisen in the console versions?
What do you mean?
In the more recent fighter games, I think it was Hopeless Masquerade. The console releases came with Reisen.
No,
you know, and she wasn't in.
That's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is like in the demos, you get a little sample of the characters, and then the rest are released gradually. It's like next week we'll say, "Oh, so and so's in the game," or then the next day it's like, "We put Byakuren in it," you know, and then the next week it's like, "Guess what? Byakuren's greatest rival, Miko, is coming in to the fighter at XDDDD. Still
Waluigi
no sign of our old buddies.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, like, the third iteration that we finally started seeing a couple characters return, other than Reimu and Marissa, and I feel like there's probably going to be a fourth fighter at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, to stop us from deviating from talking about spin-offs, let's get back to 17 at itself. Gameplay-wise, 17 actually feels quite firm.
It's very different. I mean, like the power-ups that you get by collecting those little items, super weird. I mean, like I had to kind of like just figure them out at first. I guess it's similar to the UFO tokens in UFO.
That's what I mean. I really liked UFO. Like most people didn't, but
I didn't.
There was a part of me that just kind of liked it.
And here's why, okay? The reason I didn't like it is because 11 and 12 are too difficult to go back to the beginning of the stage when you die games. I hate that so much. It's super annoying. It's super fucking annoying. Like, I can tolerate it in Mountain of Faith, because Mountain of Faith is not nearly as difficult as 11 and 12 are, you know? But those games are fucking stupid. Like, I mean, I can't tell you the hell I went through trying to beat that game, like, initially. I mean, it's been a while since then, but just trying to beat Sho Toramaru. How many times I died on Stage 5 in UFO. Oh my god. Yeah,
well,
that sucked.
Ash, think about all the tryhards that go out of their way to 1cc the whole game. They're probably just laughing at you right now.
No, I mean, since then I have 1cc'd it. Yeah, I 1cc'd it on hard mode. Actually, the only game that I have not been able to 1cc on hard mode as of now is 14, Double Dealing Character. I can't do that one because fucking Stage 4 is cancer. I think it might be worse than Sho.
I patiently await the day you're able to flawlessly 1cc on instinct rather than, like, committing to it. Until then, we are not tryhards. We are just mere normies.
Okay,
you have to consistently and flawlessly 1cc every Touhou game in order to be a true MLG Touhou player.
On what difficulty, though? Because I don't think that's
even possible. Of course, Lunatic.
Nobody can do that, Charles. MLG, that's a load of bullcrap.
When it's MLG, always assume Lunatic.
The only way to beat, like, 1cc Lunatic difficulty is to have practiced it. You can't just go in blind and 1cc it. Nobody can do that. Are you kidding me?
When you're MLG, you can.
No, you can't, Charles. That's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, then you know what?
Oh my god.
When 17 has a full release, you and I are going to have a challenge, or a
so you can
piss-off,
Lunatic
basically.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Whoever can do it gets to vandalize the other person's YouTube channel.
I don't know if I'm okay with that.
What do you mean?
Can we just bet yin yen instead?
What are you, a pansy?
I don't want you fucking up my channel.
You need to take a little risk sometimes.
I mean, what the fuck would you even do?
The vandalization doesn't have to be permanent, okay?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post, like, a really, really bad shit post, and I'm gonna have to leave it up for a full 24 hours.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I accept that. That.
Okay. And
that'll be the deal.
And if you win, you get to change my channel banner.
No, I want to vandalize your channel too.
Yeah,
I want it to
you get to change my channel banner and post a shit post.
All right,
that berates me as an individual.
Yes. And you can do the same thing to me. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, all right. For a full 24 hours.
We'll come back to you with the results on this fucking conquest.
If they ever come out, that is.
They will. We're gonna do it.
You never know. Lunatic, like you said, is very hard. So
I'm sure we can 1cc it on Lunatic, given enough time. Oh man, we got to do tournaments on this channel. Eventually, we got to get to doing tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, Hiso Tensoku tournaments.
Like, Hiso Tensoku, Yu-Gi-Oh, chess, whatever we can think of. We're gonna do that sort of thing.
Even if it's as simple as rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors tournament here on the OE channel. We're totally gonna fucking do that now. By the way, man, the Worms Armageddon Let's Play we recorded, Didn't we record that, like, before the last episode of OAM? I still haven't put that up yet. I'm fucking retarded. I gotta do that tonight, like, when I put this episode up.
You mean to tell me you still haven't posted that?
No, I would have told you if I posted it.
Bro, that was like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god.
I know. Yeah, I think it was longer than that. Oh, man.
Man, it's gonna make me sound a lot more optimistic than I am right now. Oh my god.
Yeah. Maybe that's good. It'll bring some happiness to this gloom and doom that's been going on lately. Fuck. Yeah, Charles has been having it rough lately. You want to talk about that a little bit?
My summer has been mediocre. This is the lowest point of my life right now.
God, yeah.
I'm in my 3rd year of college, as we know. Because in episode 1, I talked about my 1st year. Well, now I'm in my 3rd, going into my 4th. In between this year, my major requires an internship. And lo and behold, the internship I got worked with is unpaid. But there are benefits. I'm working with a lot of people I'm familiar with. And the boss I have is a very, very nice guy.
Yep.
But my wallet is crying mercilessly every time I go driving.
he just wants to buy that Rumia.
Yeah, I saw this Rumia model kit, like that very hard to find model kit of Rumia for like $200 on eBay, and I just can't afford it.
Yeah.
For once in my life, I'm in a position where I have to put my foot down and say I can't afford this because I'm not going to be able to work.
Goddamn life.
Yeah, I'm not going to have income until next December.
Oh my god.
That's how long I have to go without income.
Broke ass college student. You gotta be like Yoshi in Baka and Test and just like cut up a cup of ramen and just eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well,
like a quarter of a ramen cup.
Well, I'm not going hungry, but I have to cut back on essentially everything.
Yeah.
And it really sucks. And it always could be worse, yes, but throughout my entire life, this is the lowest I've ever been. I know it's only going to get lower from here if I keep going this route, but it'll get better. You know, I just got to think like a 30-year-old boomer. You know, we're all gonna make it, right?
You got to work pretty long hours too, don't you?
No, I just got to work 8 hours a day, but getting there takes 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's full time, plus the driving, like you said. I mean, geez, you have, like, no time to do anything. Working full time with no pay.
It's kind of why this episode of OAM's delayed.
Yeah, we've been trying to get it out, but he just doesn't have time to record, so...
That's also why I haven't been making too many videos. I had intentions to, like, binge YouTube videos and make a whole bunch. But of course, because of life constraints and the fact that I'm not a NEET... You know, I'm very limited in my time.
Yeah.
I get 3 hours before I have to go to sleep. And then I wake up, and then I have 2 hours to get ready, and then get my ass out the door. And then I go to work. Geez. And that work is related to media, so it'd be kind of petty to just be working on my own personal work while I'm at work. So I just put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
And then I get home, and then I eat dinner. And then I use my remaining 2 hours to actually get some exercise in me, because I've been on a whole weight loss regimen since, like, 2018 of, like, November.
And I call him on my break time, and we have a little chat just about every day, because I have my break around the time that he's available, that short period.
That's the only time we've been talking this whole summer.
Yeah.
I'm literally, like, staying up way past my bedtime just to get this episode out. It is killing me on the inside. Please, send help.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You don't have to give me money. Just tell me that everything is fine and I'm not homeless. You know? I just have to remind myself I'm not homeless.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all I gotta say on the matter.
You're listening to Oriental AM. Enjoy.
Fuck, how can I, like, what's a clever way to lead into a Pokémon-themed segment?
Gotta catch 'em all.
Stupid.
Just leave that in.
Alright, fine.
Leave you asking that, and
yeah.
I'm like, gotta catch 'em all.
We're talking about Pokemon now. Right. Fuck me. So we got news on the new Pokemon games. Yeah, E3.
It's been a roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's start with the good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright, good things. Corviknight is cool looking. It's cool as fuck. It's a steel type. I like that. Anyway, aside from that, let's see. The wild roaming Pokemon looks very good. They're carrying that over from Let's Go. I'm very happy with that, you know, instead of just completely random encounters. They might still have that, like, to some extent. I don't know. I don't really know how it works. I haven't played Let's Go at all, actually. But we'll see, you know. For the most part, it looks just like another Pokemon game. Fucking Dynamaxing looks like a stupid gimmick, honestly. I don't think it's a very good looking at all.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Raid bosses, though? That sounds pretty fun. Like, at least if they're gonna do something with the Dynamaxing, giant Pokemon. I think that having 4 people fight a giant Pokemon sounds pretty fun. At least, you know. I mean, for a long time I've been wishing that they would have bigger boss fights, because Necrozma, the boss fight with Ultra Necrozma in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon felt completely wrong to me. They build Ultra Necrozma up to be this fucking destroyer god that's like unstoppable, right? And then you just fight him by yourself with one Pokemon at a time. And granted, like, some people were like, he's too hard, like he's a sweeper and he's too fast and all this other stuff. And I didn't have any trouble, I just used his weakness. That's all you gotta do in Pokemon. But still, even if you do have, like, a little bit of trouble beating him, I don't think it should be possible to beat it like that, you know? I feel like you should at least have, like, a double battle going on, like a 2v1, 2 of your Pokemon out at one time. That'd be better, you know? Maybe a few people help you fight it. That would have been cool. Just, like, there's so much potential, you know, because they had Totem Pokemon, and it was like, with Totem Pokemon, you know, that's cool, because it's like, you're fighting multiple Pokemon at one time, and that's cool and all, but like, the potential is there, is basically what I'm saying. Like, I want to have more multi-Pokemon fights, especially because double battles are just, like, the most fun way to play Pokemon. I think Charles agrees with me on that, you know? I want them to incorporate it into the main game more. So, you know, that'd be really nice if we have, like, multi-person versus legendary battles in this game, but we'll see how that goes.
We also have an adjustable camera.
Oh, yes, that's
which
good.
Is a first for even Coliseum.
Yeah.
You know, like, an adjustable camera, man. Like, wow.
That's pretty big. I quite like the design of the champion and his little brother, and I think that that's kind of a cool concept to have your rival be, you know, the younger brother of the champion. However,
I'll get on that a bit later.
Yeah. He looks like the king of slamming and jamming to me, is what he looks like. Looks like he shoots some hoops. But anyway, I know they're going to screw it up somehow. There's no way we're going to have, like, a good rival again. That's just not happening ever. But, you know, it's a cool concept at least. Any other good things to say about this?
It's on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch is a shitty-ass console, though. At least it's gonna be, like, HD. That's cool. And you can play it on your TV, too.
I'll get to that later.
Okay, you just don't want to say anything yet. Well, that's about all the good stuff I have to say, so your turn, Charles.
Okay. Now, I've been on a roller coaster of emotions with the game. Initially, when they just announced the starters and the fact that the games were existing to begin with, I was feeling like it was going to be another X and Y scenario where we know nothing, and then all of a sudden they throw this weird gimmick at us that winds up being really cool.
Yeah.
But then you actually get the games, and the games are just serviceable, you know?
Yeah. I'm concerned that this is going to be a transitional game as well. That it's going to be like, this is the first game on the Switch, so it fucking sucks and it's really bare bones.
We're gonna get to that in a bit.
Okay.
Let me continue.
All right.
Then the E3 trailer drops, and my hopes start coming up. Although I'm a bit weary because, while Dynamax seems interesting, I'm fearful that it might replace Mega Evolutions and Z-Moves, which again, I'm gonna get to in a minute.
I hate Z moves. Mega Evolution is cool, though.
I'm saving it for the big finale.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
What, am I not allowed to interject anything? Come on, this is supposed to be a conversation.
You can. It's just... we need to let it explode gradually.
Alright, keep going.
We're edging this little thing right here. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's okay. It's not amazing. And then we introduce the idea that Pokemon Home is incorporated. And then I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm going to pre-order this now.
Yeah, Pokemon Home sounds good.
And then the next day.
Here it comes.
You know the YouTuber Deep Sigh?
No,
I just did one.
Actually.
The whole... Guys... I'm feeling really bad right now, guys. I just lost a whole bunch of subscribers. I had a controversy with my best friend. He fucked me in the ass.
Oh, man.
You know, I'm about to have one of those right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Junichi Masuda states aloud that Pokemon not found in the upcoming region will not be transferable to the new games.
That's pretty fucking suck.
My heart sank.
You know something? I'm about to say, like, worst case scenario right here, which is what I actually think is happening. I think there's a small possibility, right? There is a possibility that they're trying to kill off certain Pokemon, right? Because we're getting to a point where there are so many Pokemon that it's really hard to keep track of, and I bet it's, like, difficult to keep transferring all the Pokemon to the new games. Like, it takes longer and longer every new game to make new Pokemon and keep all the old ones because there's even more than there were in the last game. I feel like they might be trying to kill off Pokemon now because there's too many of them.
I have a rebuttal. From what we've seen, I really doubt this, because if you look at Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they have every Pokemon. They have every form. They even have Megas. And this is on the 3DS.
Yeah.
And with this new game, they're probably only going to introduce about maybe 80 or so Pokemon, because we've seen the pattern. They're getting to the point where they're introducing less and less new ones. And we're moving on to much more powerful hardware.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with the idea that they're running out of space. That just can't be.
Well, no, they're not running out of space. I'm just saying that it's a lot of work to keep porting them over to the new
No,
games.
It's not a lot of work, because they've been using the same models since 2013.
Okay,
and they made these models future-proof.
But they have
They
to, like...
deliberately designed them in full HD,
Yeah.
and they downscaled them for the 3DS so they would be future-proof.
Okay, but models are not the only thing you have to take into consideration, Charles. They have to add them to the level list. Like, they have to set places where they appear in the game, and trainers using them, and, you know, they don't
Who said they had to set a place?
I mean, they do.
The majority of old Pokemon have to be transferred from an old game anyway.
Yeah, okay. But what about their
moves? About 3/4 of the Pokemon in Sun and Moon,
their moves,
you have to get through either X and Y or through an older game.
Their learn sets are different in every game, and the moves that are available to be taught to them.
Yeah, and that's easy to program.
It takes time when there's
a Pokemon
fucking
game
700 goddamn Pokemon, or what are we up to now, like 800? I think you're underestimating this a little bit, Charles.
No, I'm not underestimating it.
I mean, they can't just
a Pokemon game
port the code over, especially since it's on a different console.
They can.
No, they can't, Charles. Do you know how coding works?
Yes,
they can't.
I know how coding works.
No, they can't.
They've been using the same engine since Gen 3, and they've only been changing the way it's rendered.
They have to... What do you mean? That's it. There's not even possible. There's no way.
The battle system has been the same.
I don't... Yeah, the system is the same, but it's coded differently.
It's not exact.
It's not the same thing, Charles. You can't just do that. They can copy over some of the code, sure, and like you know, like hand copy it and like make sure everything still works. But they can't just literally copy paste the code. Otherwise, we'd be getting Pokemon games more often than we are. Like, they'd be coming out like at least yearly if it was that easy.
And this is another thing. Why can't they wait? Because clearly, since X and Y, we've been seeing cutbacks.
Yeah.
Notably with the Mega Evolutions found in XY's data that wasn't accessible through normal gameplay.
Yeah.
Okay. We also had the battle... Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm stammering a little bit. Our little secret bases were pretty botched. They had lots of plans for the secret bases in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and those never came to fruition.
Yeah.
Coraway Town. Need I say more?
Okay.
The special AZ Floette distribution event that never came to be. The AZ Floette is in the game, but it is completely unobtainable
like Arceus
and has
was back
never
in the day.
been mentioned. But you see, Arceus they eventually fixed.
Yeah, eventually.
Because they did the distribution.
They could eventually distribute the AZ's Floette, too.
Why haven't they?
I don't know, but...
It's been 5 years. Why haven't they?
They could, I'm just saying.
And then there was the biggest middle finger of them all, the Battle Frontier.
That was the worst. I love the Battle Frontier, god damn it. The sons of bitches.
And let's not forget... the idea that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon could have easily been a normal Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I know.
Minus the whole Necrozma thing.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just felt like a $40 expansion pack that added 2 hours of extra gameplay.
And they made 2 of them as well. They didn't even do a Platinum or an Emerald. It's just, here's 2 of them again, for all those people who want to buy both versions.
And they pretty much just knocked off the whole Black 2, White 2 idea where they took the gray one and just made it fuse with the black and the white. It's like, wow. We've seen this before.
Yeah. Oh,
it's cool, don't get me wrong. It's just, it felt really nuanced and like it could have easily been in the first game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the idea that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon exist kind of just doesn't feel justified except for Necrozma.
Yeah, I know. You know something? I got something else to say about porting over all the Pokemon is, apparently this was the reason that was stated, wasn't it? It was for balancing reasons. And this is another thing I have to mention, is that that's another concern, is that they fucking suck at balancing the game, but they've been desperately trying to balance it for a long time now.
I'm calling malarkey on that. Do you not remember the little symbol your new Pokemon get when you capture them?
What do you mean?
There is now a region symbol indicator on your Pokemon.
Yeah. So?
That's the easiest way to balance them.
What do you mean?
In official leagues, you're only allowed to use Pokemon with a specific region symbol.
Okay, yeah.
So you cannot use Pokemon from prior games, even if they are found in the game.
Yeah.
That's how you do the balancing. It's that simple. They could easily work that in.
Alright, sure, but I think they might be thinking beyond tournaments and stuff like that, with how it's hard to balance hundreds of fucking Pokemon to work all right together. I don't know, maybe they don't care. Like, it's hard to tell, really.
They don't. It's been evident since Gen 4 that they don't care.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Pokemon so fun.
Well, they added fairy
is finding those little
exploits
and making them work like mad. You know, that's the whole fun of Pokemon.
Politoed.
Is finding what works and just breaking it.
Yeah.
And then the next generation, it gets nerfed, and then you gotta find what else makes the game click.
Oh, man.
You know, that's the fun in it.
Mm.
And, you know, it's true that, yes, you can't catch every Pokemon in a current game. And that's fine, you know, like, the majority of the old ones have to be imported regardless.
Yeah. Just to clarify, I'm not in favor of them getting rid of Pokemon. I'm just saying that's what I think they're trying to do, and I'm trying to explain why I think they might want to do that.
And you know what makes me really concerned? All the loyal fans are saying that they're going to add them in a later update. And it's been stated that, from Masuda himself, they are not intending to do any updates or DLC for the series.
Yeah.
And, as we know, they've never done so before.
That's kind of
strange
to me.
We've gotten to DLC is distribution events.
Yeah, why don't they do DLC? Because they could Like,
again,
seriously, think about it,
because
okay?
they are incompetent at coding.
Okay, yes, they are. But look, right? Platinum, Emerald, that type of thing, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, those could have been DLC patches, and that would have been a lot more tolerable. I don't know if it would have made as much money.
Either they're money hungry, or they're just outright incompetent at coding stuff.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
I don't know if it would have made more money, because they wouldn't have had to print physical copies if it was just a DLC release, and that saves a lot of money. But, they might not have made as much off of it, because they sold Ultra Sun and Moon as full-priced 3DS games, like $40, you know? And if it was DLC, they could have only really gotten away with charging, like, maybe $20 at the most.
You know what makes me more depressed?
What?
We're gonna buy this anyway. Like, I vote with my wallet. When I see something I don't like, I don't buy it.
Well, of course we're gonna buy Sword and Shield, but...
No. I have a confession to make, boy.
You think you're changing your mind?
I did not pre-order it yet,
gonna give up on Pokemon?
I have no intentions to pre-order until my Pachirisu can come into the game.
I don't pre-order Pokemon games at all, because I want to decide which version. And I know you do your whole blue version thing, but for me, I like to see what Pokemon are version exclusive before I buy the game, so I usually wait till after they're released.
It has been a tradition of mine since Heart Gold and Soul Silver to pre-order a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
And I think this is the very first time where I'm gonna put my foot down and not do it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
Soul Silver was the first video game that I ever pre-ordered, so I have pretty fond memories of that.
But that's what I mean, like, I've been putting up with these drawbacks for so long, I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I excused them when they had the Megas cut from the game. Because, it was Mega Latios and Mega Latios. They were saving it for Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
I could excuse that.
Well, of course.
I could excuse the Battle Frontier, because they gave us the Battle Maison, even though it sucks.
I couldn't excuse that.
I could excuse them for making Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon kind of mediocre, because, let's be honest, they made it in less than a year. It's kind of apparent it was gonna be rushed.
I liked it better than Sun and Moon, but it didn't need to exist, really.
Exactly, it could have just been Sun and Moon normally.
Yeah.
But now I'm at a stance where if they're making it so that way 3/4 of my PC can't be transferred over and is just stuck in limbo forever, I'm done.
That's fucking suck. Yeah.
I'm a guy who loves his old Pokemon. Like, to me, having my old Pokemon for the main story is part of the reason I keep coming back, because I get that sense that I'm traveling the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna lose that if I'm forced to use strictly ones I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because I sort of have, like, an emotional connection. Like, you could say, you could just recapture them. No, it's not the same, because that's a completely different Pokemon.
I've only been transferring my Pokemon over to the new games since X and Y. That's when I started doing it. I was on a fucking master quest to catch all the Pokemon in X and Y, and I almost got there, but I finished that when I got to Sun and Moon. Rather, Ultra Sun is what I played, first. Anyway, I completed the Pokedex in Ultra Sun, so I transferred them all over to, continue my data. But I brought them over to Omega Ruby as well, and then into Ultra Sun, and that's when I decided to continue my Master Quest and complete the Pokedex, which is the first time I ever did that. But yeah, since then I've been carrying them around with me everywhere, so it's gonna fucking suck if I can't bring them over to the next game.
It's just absurd. Like, they're gonna start doing this thing where probably in future generations they're gonna take a select 400. And let's be real here, all the first 151 are gonna be in regardless.
Of course.
Because obligatory Gen 1 syndrome.
Oh, God.
So you have 151 of those 400 slots already taken up. So that leaves us with about 250 slots, which then you have to suffice the other Pokemon, which are new, so that's about 80 slots. That's leaving us with about 100 Pokemon from a random pool.
You're being
excluding legendaries.
Ridiculously specific about things that don't need to be specific, though.
But that's what it's looking like it's gonna be.
Yeah, we don't know, though.
Because that's what it was with Sun and Moon. And the only way to counteract that was to, of course, import.
Yeah.
Which I was totally fine with, because it made sense, but if this is how it's going to be permanently, and you can only transfer based on that rule set, no.
That would be and fucking suck.
That is absolutely stupid.
And suck and fuck.
And you're making me pay to keep my Pokemon in limbo as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be stuck in Pokemon Home, and I'm going to have to pay annual fees just to keep them there without them getting deleted.
Yeah, just to fucking keep them alive.
That is just... That's ridiculous.
I mean, you could just, like, leave them back in Ultra Sun or something, if you don't want to pay for it.
No, I want them to move forward.
Okay.
This is the only way for them to move forward. And the majority of them are more than likely going to be just trapped.
Gonna be fucking hobos in limbo.
Like,
Limbos.
all my legendaries. Yeah, all my legendaries will probably just be, like, stuck there.
Yeah.
And the only legendary I can take over is probably Mewtwo. Because, Gen 1.
Gen 1, yeah.
Oh, I can take over Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. Oh, Gen 1.
Gen 1!
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I love my Dialga.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking Ubers, I immediately turn to my Dialga and my Zekrom.
I mean, Moltres,
those are the first
Zapdos,
two I pick for my
Articuno
Ubers team.
Are not exactly Ubers.
But they're classified as Ubers in the World Championships.
Oh, they're not called Ubers in the World Championship, though. They're just on the ban list.
I'm saying it in a hypothetical sense.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But when they're deciding what I can and can't use, even in main story gameplay, which is supposed to be for fun, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
That would be like, say, in Forza Motorsport, where you could only buy, like, certain classes of cars, and then the rest would never appear in the game. And then you have to buy the next sequel. And all of a sudden, all those cars you bought in the old game are not in the right class. So then you have to buy all these new cars you don't really like. But you have to drive them because they're the ones that the developers want you to drive.
Yeah.
Even though you really want to drive your McLaren F1. Because it's your baby. And you're not going to give up your McLaren F1. Oh, no. That McLaren F1 has been with you since the first Forza Motorsport. But now, you gotta buy it again. And that's one of the most expensive cars in the game.
Yeah. Fucking millions.
Here's what I'm addressing. I've put years into building my Pokemon team to be as good as it can be. And now my entire work is for nothing.
Yeah.
When I have to pick and choose, it is for nothing. If I want my Pokemon to be usable again, I have to recapture them.
All I have to say is Scizor and Cherim better be transferable. Those are like the only Pokemon that I really want.
Alright, speaking of Scizor.
Yeah?
Speaking of Scizor, they're botching Megas.
They are, huh?
Yeah, Megas and Z-moves are botched from Gen 8.
What do you mean by that?
If Scizor is in the game, you will not have a Mega Scizor.
Well, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome news for me, because I hate Mega Scizor. I feel obligated to use it because it's way more powerful. But, like, it's fucking ugly as shit. If I can use my regular Scizor again, and, like, have an excuse to use normal Scizor, then I'm happy about that. Gotta be honest.
But why did they establish that it's a feature that's going to return in Gen 7?
I don't know, man.
They're leading us down a weird path at this point, because when they establish something as permanent, it usually stays. Except, of course, when we went from Gen 2 to Gen 3.
Yeah.
But with that exception in mind, like, when some gimmick has been established and becomes permanent, it remained permanent. Like, with Giratina's form change, or with Arceus's plates.
Yeah.
Or Keldio's secret sword form change.
Meloetta's
or
relic song.
The DNA splicers.
Yeah.
If those Pokemon aren't in the game, those will all be gone.
Yeah.
Like, permanently gone from Gen 8. It will be impossible to do.
Oh, God.
Just imagine how crappy that is. And they're pleading for meta diversity. This is not diversity. This is like cherry picking.
Yeah. Oh, God.
If you want diversity, leave the entire meta open.
Yeah.
This isn't how you make diversity happen in a video game.
I think probably what they mean by diversity is take out all the ones that are really good so that you have to use the suckier ones. Then there'll be more diversity.
Why do we have to take them out?
Because then
Why'd you make them good
you to use the suckier ones. I would prefer if they just fucking rebalance them. Just nerf Pokemon. Why can't they ever modify the stats of a Pokemon? Just fucking do it. Like, they have done it before, but it's so rare. Why is it so fucking rare for them to change the stats of a Pokemon? Just fucking do it. That's how you make balance.
I'm telling you, though, they've already had a system to balance the competitive scene. Like, why can't they expand upon it?
I don't know.
Like, why can't they take after Smogon and put Pokemon in tiers? It's so easy to do.
Yeah, but that's fucking...
Smogon has literally been doing work for them.
I don't think Nintendo wants Pokemon to be a really competitive
No, this isn't Nintendo we're talking about. This is Game Freak.
Okay, well, fucking, it doesn't matter. I don't think Game Freak wants this to be a competitive thing. And I wouldn't either, honestly. Pokemon shouldn't be a competitive thing. I kind of hate Smogon. I mean, like, if you want to...
Pokemon has been a competitive thing, and honestly,
no,
it's been dying.
People play it competitively, but that doesn't mean it's a competitive thing. Like, people play anything competitively. People play Team Fortress 2 competitively, but I would far from call that a competitive game either, you know? So,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like it that way. I don't want a competitive scene, like a big competitive scene around these sorts of games. Because I don't think that's what they are, you know? I don't think
But they're making these changes for the competitive scene.
Yeah.
That should make you angry.
Yeah, I guess so. I fucking hate that stuff. Like, TF2, they ruined a lot of weapons in Team Fortress 2 that I really liked for the sake of competitive balancing. Weapons that were really just perfectly fine in, like, normal play, but they're too powerful and competitive. So instead of just, like, varying things, you know, and Brandon will argue against this, right? But instead of just varying the stats and being like, oh, it works like this in casual, it works like this in competitive, they have to ruin it for everyone, so it's fucking unusable in casual now, just because it was too good in competitive. Stuff like the Babyface's Blaster, which was fun as fuck to use. You go crazy fast all over the place. Oh no, fuck you, can't do that anymore. It fucking sucks now because it was too good in competitive. Like, I hate that shit, you know? I don't have as much fun anymore with Team Fortress 2.
That's how TF2's been established.
All the most fun things to use suck now, is basically what I'm saying.
Pokemon has been established as to where we can always take our old Pokemon with us into the future.
Yeah.
Even if they're really scummy Pokemon, like a uber-hacked level 9001 Charizard.
Yeah.
You know, it is possible. But at the same time, they've been doing measures to make the hacking, like, less common. Which I congratulate them for, but they've still been doing a poor job at it.
Yeah, I literally, on my 3DS, have a program to modify Pokemon. So,
scummy...
You can't say anything bad about me. I don't cheat anything that would... Like, I don't cheat shinies in, for example, you know? All I do is get Pokemon competitively viable. I don't want to EV train. I don't want to, like, IV breed. That's fucking boring as shit. So I cheat them in. And I see no problem with that. That's just how I want to play the game. I don't want to have to grind. I did, like, perfectly grind. I grinded up an essentially perfect IV team, right? I bred them all. And after doing that, after getting my perfect 6 Pokemon team, breeding them all to perfection, EV training them to perfection, I was like, this fucking sucked. I never want to have to do this again. And now I just cheat them. And it's perfectly fine. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then there's really nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're giving yourself an unfair advantage over the people you play against, you know?
As long as you're not trade scumming, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just... Okay. This whole idea that taking them out for balance sake is just completely stupid.
Yeah.
If that's what they're going with, I just can't.
Yeah. All I want them to do is make IV breeding and EV training not fucking suck. I want it to be something fun to do. And they tried to sort of do that with EV training, with the balloons and stuff. And I mean, that was alright. It was better than how it was before, but it still was grindy as all fuck. There's definitely ways they could make it more fun than that. And then with IV breeding, they had those, what were they? The bottle caps that let you, max out a Pokemon's IVs unless you trade it away. And that was good, too. That's fine. But, I think they could just make it more fun. And I would like if they would do that. I think that's what Pokemon needs.
Yeah.
To make training your Pokemon fun, to catch them is my real test. To train them is my goal. And,
I know.
Don't fucking train them, because it's fucking boring as shit.
How are we supposed to catch them all?
When they're not all in the game.
If over half the roster is missing.
Yeah.
We had this happen in Let's Go, where, you could only have Pokemon from Gen 1, excluding Alolan forms and Melmetal.
Mm-hmm.
Melmetal was the only non-Gen 1 Pokemon in the game.
Yeah.
Excluding Alolan forms, which kind of don't count, because, they're kind of Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, what if we start seeing cookie-cutter games like that, where we're gonna get a Let's Go for Gen 2, and it will strictly only have Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon, because, of course, you gotta have the obligatory Gen 1 in it.
So, in other words, you're saying that they're basically going to start the remake cycle over. So they're gonna do, in addition to doing, Diamond and Pearl remakes and then Black and White remakes, they're also going to start over and do another Gen 1 remake,
I have a hunch we're just
Gen 2
not going to
remake.
get our Gen 4 remakes at all.
We absolutely will. I keep fucking telling you, there's no way they're not going to do that. They absolutely will. And I'm going to be saying I told you so when they do come out. Because they have to. It just makes sense from a business perspective. But I could see them doing, a Pokemon Let's Go 2 that's, Gen 2 over again. And I would actually be interested in that, because Gen 2 is one of my favorite generations. I do like it quite a lot. I'd be interested in that.
Well, what would be the mascots that aren't your starters?
What do you mean?
What two Pokemon stand out in Gen 2 that are cute?
Oh, right. I could think about that for a little bit. I mean, it takes some time, but I'm sure I could come up with something.
What comes to my mind is a Sentret.
I don't think they would use Sentret.
What? I ain't got anything good for Gen 2, man.
Yeah, maybe maybe Mareep? Maybe?
What about Meryl?
Oh yeah, Meryl is definitely a good one.
Because remember the whole Peekaboo controversy in 1999?
It wasn't a controversy.
Or the rumors.
The rumors, yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah, so they can have a Let's Go Meryl and then a Let's Go, I don't think it'd be Mareep though, because
It might be. What's the final form's name again?
Ampharos.
Yeah, Ampharos is a pretty popular Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe, but maybe it has to be a 2-stage thing. Like Pikachu just evolves one time.
Yeah, Meryl evolves into Azumarill.
Mm-hmm. And they have baby forms, but that, just forget about that. It's basically a 2-stage Pokemon. I don't know. I mean, they'd figure it out if they want to do that. I could see it happening. Or maybe they could just use the cover legendaries again, because think about it. Gen 1 was the only generation to not have legendary Pokemon on the cover, so it makes sense that they would do that again.
Let's go Lugia, let's go home.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that does sound a bit off. Oh, man. Holy crap, dude. We're 35 minutes into this segment. We've been talking about Pokemon for a long-ass time.
Because it makes me feel crippled and sad.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It makes me feel better to get my emotions out.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Okay, to conclude. Until Pokemon changes their mind, I decided that I'm probably gonna put in my badges and retire.
I might buy the game, but we'll see how it goes. I probably will if it doesn't fucking suck.
You're the reason they keep these business practices up.
No, I'm not, because if it's really fucking bad, I will not buy it. But I don't think it's gonna be. I think they'll probably sort things out, but we'll see how it goes.
I just want them to actually take their time.
Yeah, I know.
If it gets to the point where they have to take more than a year to fix this, then do it.
Yeah.
No, the only people that are probably obligating you to get a game out once a year is probably Nintendo. And if that's the case, Nintendo needs to learn that you guys just aren't competent enough to get stuff out in a year.
Yeah.
Because remember with Diamond and Pearl, they spent like 2 to 3 years making that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do that again.
Yeah.
Make another Diamond and Pearl. And I don't literally mean in a remake. I mean, take your time.
Do make another Diamond and Pearl, but make another game like a Diamond and Pearl also.
Don't make another X and Y. Make another Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Alright, well, now it's time to Dynamax! Go!
Wow, giant Pokémon sure do make this Coliseum look tiny.
So, a few episodes back, I believe it was episode 3 or 4, it was the one that I had Colin on for. We mentioned that you should donate to charity around the end of spring or the beginning of summer, which is probably the most likely drought time for charities, because, I mean, think about it, right? First of all, people don't fucking ever donate to charity outside the holiday season. But also, this time is around the time that either people have gone on vacation or are getting ready to go on vacation, and they are saving their money for that. So this is probably the least likely time that people are going to donate to charity. So now is the time to fucking do it. If you remember back then, donate to charity. But donate to a good charity, right? Please don't donate to something like the LGBT Foundation or some shit like that.
Autism Speaks.
What is Autism Speaks bad too? I mean, just donate to some charity that's going to help people who actually need it, or I don't know, stop animals from going extinct at least, you know. Oh well. So here we are. We're going to talk about E3 now. Stuff that's been going on in E3, various things. We're going to talk about cloud gaming also.
Before we get to that, I'd like to add a little rebuttal.
Oh,
Why don't we just take all your vacation money? And this is to the viewer, not to you specifically, Ash.
Yeah.
Let's take all your vacation money.
I don't have vacation money anyway.
Not you.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
All right, let's take all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going on that vacation, yeah, let's throw it at some charities.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, man. You don't need to go to the beach. You can skip out on the theme park. I mean, let's be real here.
Yeah.
The only real vacations that matter are conventions.
Unless
you're going to a convention, you are wasting your time.
Fucking Charles. He's never going to be the same after Techo.
Okay, now E3.
Yeah, I got another can of soda to crack open. Oh yeah, good times. So, you want to start? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I feel like E3 is becoming less significant as it used to be.
It is, seriously. There wasn't nearly as much super exciting stuff as there used to be in the olden days.
It's not really about the exciting or revolutionary stuff. It's more so that some companies are just failing to show up.
Yeah.
Note how Sony just didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they didn't have enough stuff to showcase.
Yeah, yeah.
If you were in Sony's position, wouldn't you say you would be obligated to show up because you want to get your brand out there?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
That's kind of ridiculous to think, considering PlayStation's kind of been the dominant in terms of the console race as of late.
Yeah, I would say Nintendo took them over after the Switch came out, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, the Xbox versus PlayStation fiasco that started in 2013, that had everyone in a kerfuffle. It's like, my Xbox is better than your PlayStation. No, my PlayStation's better than the Xbox. Even though the majority of the games available for both platforms are identical.
They're practically the same console. I mean, I just like Sony better because the graphical fidelity is usually slightly better, and the consoles look nicer in my opinion, and they have weeaboo games on them that Xbox doesn't get, so, that's why I go with PS4. Yeah.
I only have an Xbox because my brother bought it.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah.
And there's Forza on it. Enough said.
Yeah, Forza. Oh, man.
But yeah, like, the most interesting thing I saw there actually wasn't a video game.
No?
It was Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves?
I know everyone's been talking about this, but honest to God, I've garnered an appreciation for him after seeing him at
E3. Really?
Because he was like the only down-to-earth guy there.
Oh, man.
Even though I don't really care about him that much, I just loved him in a way where he was so sensible.
Yeah.
And actually seemed human instead of some business mogul saying, to attack the monster, you hit it with its weak point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He actually sounded like a person that was selling me something in a good way rather than we got a video game here for $60. It's in development.
Yeah. Fucking.
And he was
who
advertising
wants Kermit the Frog to sell a video game? Am I right?
Yeah, he was advertising a game I'm not really that interested in. But even then, just like he did it in such a great way. I'm so glad we had that meme to happen.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, well,
but now on to stuff that's actually video games, but I'll let you go first, because I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, here's all I've got to... Like, all that I care about, really, with E3 is the fucking Nintendo stuff right now. Like, this time around, that's all that I was interested in. So, holy shit, Breath of the Wild 2. Have I talked about since the episode with Colin that I actually like Breath of the Wild now?
I heard Colin's been waxing his carrot to the idea.
Yes, he has. He's very excited about it. Oh, I'm very excited too now. Because back when I did that episode with Colin, I was like, oh, I played Breath of the Wild. I didn't find anything interesting to do. It kind of sucked. But I guess I just got unlucky, or I went down a bad route. It kind of sucks that happened, but I gave it another shot, and I did really enjoy it the second time around. It has some problems. It's a console game, which fucking sucks. I wish that open world games like this would always be on PC, but it's Nintendo, so of course not. Oh well, no mods. I mean, like, yeah, there's plenty of problems, but it's still a really fucking good, really fucking fun game, and I'm super, super excited about this new one. It looks awesome.
Oh, there's mods.
Well,
have you not played the Wii U port?
Look, alright, you need an emulator to use those, and it's really fucking hard to run and, like, not worth it at all. And the mods available are super, super simple things. Like, you can't really change anything major. What do you mean?
You can make Link into the 8-6.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that one.
It's like deja vu all around the place.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like that's an actual mod on the Wii U port.
Yeah, well, all the mods I've seen have been really basic stuff. Like, that's just a model replacement. There's not, like, any mods that add new enemies to the game or new bosses or anything fun like that I've heard of. New weapons.
No, there never will be.
Yeah.
Because they're packing the game. They're not modding.
Yeah, exactly.
They're packing it.
So, that sucks. Anyway, I'm sure this game is going to be pretty cool. I like the Majora's Mask type route it looks like they're taking with this. Aside from that, there wasn't really that much else. I mean, there was Luigi's
something that
Mansion
threw us
3.
out of left field.
Oh, yeah?
The Google Stadia, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah.
This is going to be a new Chromecast-based console released by Google,
cloud
which
console.
will play games such as Grid, just like you would on the Xbox 360, and you can stream them. I don't know, man. Do you think this is going to be another Ouya?
Maybe. I think it's going to be a very stupid trend. I think that it's going to be popular for like a few months, maybe only 1 month, and then people are going to like give up on it and not care anymore.
Like,
I mean,
we've seen all these streaming consoles like come and go.
Yeah.
Like, even the PS Vita, you could argue, was trying to catch on this trend.
Was it?
With its streaming features for the cross-compatibility with the PlayStation 4.
Oh,
remember?
But that's just cool. Like, being able to play your PS4 games on your PS Vita is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, but that feature essentially got axed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's a cool idea, but eventually the sales are so poor to where the company just outright axes the whole project.
Yeah.
And then just pretends like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And as we've seen with other Google products, they do this.
Mm.
Like with the Google Glass, for example, you're not even allowed to buy a Glass properly anymore. You have to sort of like be a business in order to get a Google Glass kit.
Yeah.
And even then, it's supposed to be used for stuff like surgery or factory work.
Yeah, I
which
see.
sucks because I love the idea of augmented reality. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that stuff I'm really into. I'm not for virtual reality, as cool as it is. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah.
Augmented, though, that is really cool.
I'm kind of surprised that you're not that much into virtual reality, because I mean, like VR chat, for example, it's fucking amazing. You know, it's
I have a mouse
great
and keyboard.
Yeah.
I have a mouse and keyboard. I can interact in 3D environments just fine.
Okay, sure.
I don't need goggles to do that.
Yeah, you don't really. I mean,
I have a full racing sim rig.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like just adding VR to it would be more of a gimmick than an actual benefit to my racing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all I need is a tri-monitor display, and that is serviceable enough.
Fuck, you really want that? You want to have those fucking black bars in the middle of your screen? Because I hate that.
Honestly, at least I can see my shifter and my steering wheel.
Yeah, but you could just get like a
with
curved
VR,
screen.
I can't see that.
Yeah, you could just get like a long curved screen, you know?
Yeah,
instead of 3 monitors.
I've tried VR with the Assetto Corsa, and I keep missing the shifter.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm one of those idiots that used to look at the shifter whenever I would shift gears.
Yeah.
Because when I was learning, I didn't know any better, but...
Yeah.
When I tried it with VR, I would always miss my shifts.
Yeah,
and
I see.
I couldn't see, was the problem.
Uh-huh.
So while I could see driving-wise, I could not see my cockpit.
Yeah.
And being able to see the cockpit is kind of a necessity for me.
Oh yeah, I get you there. I definitely want to see the cockpit.
Shut up.
I'm
I'm being serious right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a necessity.
I mean, VR is nice for immersion, but I'm not in the games for immersion. I'm in it for, like, cool factor. Like,
yeah.
Imagine playing augmented Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like, they did a concept of this at E3 a couple years back.
How the fuck would that work, though?
Like, it just feel like a Lego set.
Yeah, okay.
It would be like an absolute Lego set.
Yeah, I guess that sounds interesting, but that also sounds kind of gimmicky, I think. Like, maybe not Minecraft. You know what I want? I want to see, like, Sword Art Online... the movie where they used augmented reality to like play like an MMORPG in real life. That sounds like a fucking cool idea, you know? Something like that sounds a lot more suitable for augmented reality than Minecraft, I think.
You think in augmented we could also make it so that way we could have maybe a GPS kind of feature?
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Like, we could have like a blue path like you see in Forza.
Yeah, that sounds pretty simple, actually, for augmented reality. I'm sure they'd do that.
And then you could just have, like, a speedometer and a tachometer on the side. Like,
yeah.
It could easily be done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's the kind of stuff I want to see. Like, maybe have some augmented-focused games.
You know what? Before you brought this up, I was, like, not even really interested in augmented reality. Like, you're changing my perspective, because I hadn't really thought about it very much. At first, I was just like, some other fucking gimmicky thing. I don't really care. But I guess there are a lot of really cool things that you could potentially do with it. I mean, if we can get there, if we can actually make it work.
You see, I'm looking at more so the life thing, not the video game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of slowly falling away from video games, and it makes me feel horrible.
That sucks, yeah. You haven't really had time to do it, though, I guess.
It's not just the time, it's more a fact that I'm getting older, and, I need to start shaping up and whatever.
I don't know, man. I'm doing just fine continuing to play video games.
Well, man, you're an investor. Like, it's easy for you. Like, you can be however you want to be.
Yeah.
Whereas where I'm going, I have to present myself in a presentable way.
In a presentable way,
and
yes.
Spending all day talking about what I did in Minecraft last night isn't really presentable.
Okay.
So, it kind of just sits in the back burner.
Okay, sure.
So, deep down, yes, I do love video games, but if I continue down this road, I'm probably going to be unemployed.
I don't think that's how it works. I think you'll be fine.
Or, at the very least, broke.
Mm-hmm.
Because gaming is not only getting better, it's also getting more expensive.
Oh yeah, games are getting more expensive constantly. $60 has been the standard for quite a long time.
I had to essentially pay the cost of a new Xbox One so I could get my sim rig so I could drive more efficiently.
Fuck, yeah, that was really expensive. Holy shit, dude.
And the good news is it works for any racing sim.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is, like I said, it costs as much as a new Xbox.
yeah.
But, hey, I can use it permanently. It's not a one-time thing like a Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah.
It's something that will work for all my future racing games because it uses USB.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuck with me and I like it. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just getting old and I hate myself for it. And I don't want to do this anymore.
You want to go in, hero?
I'm just getting bitter by the years.
Yeah.
I'm slowly becoming a boomer.
You're a bitter old man at the age of 21.
all because my best friends in the gaming industry have betrayed me. And just yesterday, my good old pal Pokémon decided to stick their finger up my ass.
Yeah.
And it really hurt. And they twisted it around and pulled their finger up, and it just really hurt. And I just want to put my foot down now and strictly only play, like, anime waifu games like Idolmaster.
Like Idolmaster.
Or Love Live, or Touhou Project, or Hyperdimension Neptunia. Games that most normal people would say are really bad.
Yeah.
But games I and you would say are really good.
Yeah.
Because I just want to live. I don't want to be told what's good and what's bad. I want to decide for myself what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
I don't need some corporate shill telling me to buy this brand new game I don't even care about. I'll just keep playing Hyperdimension Lesbian Turbo.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Because even though it's already a couple years old, it's still a game that's serviceable.
It's good, yeah.
Like, what's wrong with old games, man?
Nothing. I mean, unless they're like NES games, those are not very good games. Or like Atari. But if you get up to like Super Nintendo and beyond, there's some really good stuff that still holds up today.
That's what I mean, like, why don't I go back and live those days I never got to live?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to make these new games seem good when in actuality they're all just either mediocre or stealing all of my money.
Yeah.
Except for Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is the one exception.
Oh, yeah.
Smash Brothers is the only game out overall that has actually been really good.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point where it's predictable good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to leave it as an exception.
Okay, sure.
I'm talking about stuff like Metal Gear, or stuff that hasn't been around in almost a decade, like Ridge Racer, or any generic fantasy game that I could give less of a damn about, that they keep trying to push down my throat to say that I should be playing, but I have absolutely no interest in playing whatsoever.
Okay.
Like that Raid Shadow Legends game that everyone's been talking about. Like, all the people I watch on YouTube are saying, you should download it. It's free to play. There's gonna be a pre-release tournament. Baby, I'm gonna come.
They're probably just being paid to advertise it. I doubt
they
really
are.
into it.
And the game looks awfully generic to the point where it's killing me.
Yeah.
And they're telling me this is the hot new mobile game. Like, man, this looks painfully generic.
Well, it's a mobile game, dude. There's no such thing as a good mobile game.
No, like you know how Magic the Gathering looks?
Mm-hmm.
It looks far more generic than Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Like, you thought Magic the Gathering was generic? Wait till you see Raid Shadow Legends. That's like stolen assets levels of generic.
Holy crap. Oh, you know what? I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is not that bad. Like, I don't really play it that much, but Brandon kind of got into it. I do like the idea of, like, the faster duels with, like, 3 monster zones and stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is alright. I play Unison League. I play it a lot, actually. I recently got an item for, like, what was it? Like, it was several thousand logins. I got an item for several thousand logins. I was like, fuck me, I play this game too much. But it's still a shitty game. It's like, it has so much potential to be a good game, but it still fucking sucks, because they ruin it with microtransactions and shit. Mobile games are the worst.
Why let that bad game control you?
I don't let it control me. I don't really play it that much these days.
You could go back to the GameCube and bust out F-Zero GX and have a blast.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm gonna look at it from now on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you. I mean, the only reason I play it is because I still do find it kind of satisfying to, like, upgrade and get new gear and stuff, but I don't know. I haven't been playing it that much recently. I've been having a hard time actually getting back into Unison League, so, you know, like you say, probably should just stick to the better games, really.
I'm honest to God just checking out of this new game fiasco.
Yeah.
Like, until I see some shaping up. Which, let's be real here, I'm probably never going to. I'm just gonna stick with the good stuff and occasionally look in to see if something is improving.
Yeah.
And if it is, I will wait until it's on discount and then buy it then.
Okay, yeah.
I'm done being in the loop when it comes to video games.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me a boomer, I don't care.
Boomer.
I just want to be happy, and these new games are not making me happy at all.
The 21-year-old boomer.
Of course, except for Smash, like I said before. But everything else has either made me very disappointed or has made me have a severe sense of depression and betrayal.
What about the less mainstream stuff, though? Like Mega Dimension Neptunia. I know you haven't played that one yet, but that one is really fucking good. And that's a
like I said,
game.
That stuff is stuff that's already been out.
Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about what I saw at E3.
Right, okay. Yeah, sure.
You know.
I mean, Super Neptunia RPG is coming out. What about that?
I gotta wait to see what happens with it. I don't know anything about it yet.
Okay, so that's what you're saying. You're
definitely not gonna like
stuff.
kill my opinion on Neptune.
Well, of course not. It's a side game.
I like Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not good, then I probably just will kind of skip it.
I have to be honest, this looks like the most mediocre Neptunia game that I've ever seen, like, pre-launch. I think that this has the potential to be one of the worst Neptunia games that I think likely... And watch me come back in a few months and be like, it's the best fucking game ever, it's so good. But no, I'm gonna play it. And I think that it's probably not going to be much better than Action Unleashed or Producing Perfection were, and those are, like, the worst games.
I still have yet to get to Action Unleashed. I'm waiting until I beat Rebirth 3 to jump into it.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
And I'm just gonna play it just because. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks like my kind of fun.
I thought it looked fun at first, too, but it's
for the
so
damage.
grindy. Yeah.
I mean, I love everything about it except for the damage.
If you do, though... Let me tell you something, Blonde plus Neptune versus Zombies was way better. It did the same thing, but it did it, like, right.
Is there a way to turn, like, the whole, like, tear on the clothes off?
No, I don't think you can turn that off.
No? There's no parental filter?
Of course not, it's Neptunia! What are you talking about parental filter in Neptunia games?
It's a T-rated game, though.
Yeah, that's a T-rated thing.
You figure there'd be like a way to turn that off.
Nope. It's a mechanic.
I mean, I'm
built
like
into the
the one guy in this whole planet that's not gay that's asking for this.
Yeah, you're the only person who would want that. That was like the main draw of the game.
The only straight man that tells a woman to put her clothes on.
Yeah. But they don't do that in Blonde plus Neptune versus Zombies. They don't have the clothes tear mechanic.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Then in that case, when I get to it, I can't wait to play it with you.
Yeah, we're gonna play it online. We're gonna do the
at the rate
bosses.
we're going. That's probably
gonna
be about 2.5 years from now.
Right? Because you don't have the time to play the games now, so it's gonna take a while. But it'll be fine. We'll get to it eventually.
I'll let you know as things go, baby. You know.
Yeah.
Commence outro, Daddy.
Yeah, look at the time. Holy shit. 25 minutes on this segment now. Oh my god, this is going to be like the longest episode yet, I think. Well, alright, so go and send us an email. Send us an email, we'll read it on the show if you send us one. Anything you send us, like just tell us to kill ourselves. Email will be in the description. I believe it's theorientalelites@gmail.com. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Kudos.